Hello and welcome back to Xero Uncut. My name is Zero.
Well, we got a good entrance, and
Yeah, we're
I'm
not
Bobby.
forwards. Yeah,
Apologies in advance if I sound awful.
yeah, yeah. So no, yeah, we've got a good entrance this week, haven't we? New one, another new
I
one.
got one problem with the entrance.
What's that?
It said Zero and Bobby.
Yeah.
I guess I can take the second lead. I prefer Bobby and Zero. That's just my ego.
What?
Listen. I'm just trying to give the fans what they want.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, Yeah. No, we're sort of there. Well, anyway, then. Yeah. So we're back again after a week's hiatus.
Yes.
Reasons. Yeah. So we've got a fair few bits to catch up on, haven't we? Really.
I won the Rumble.
So, well, we might as well
So,
start with that then, actually, then, mightn't we? So, yeah, we might as well start with that one then. So, what do you want to, how do you want to do this Rumble thing then? Because obviously that's what we said that we'd open with. Hang on, I think he's reading something, folks.
I'm reading what?
Were you reading something then?
Eating?
Reading.
Oh, reading. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to. What we were talking about off air, I'm trying to.
Right, okay. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, right.
We won't say what we're looking at.
No, what do you want to, how are we going to do this Rumble thing then?
I mean, I won't bore everyone with the names because like we did that in the last show. I predicted 12 people either not showing or showing and got that correct. Zero predicted 10. What are you doing predicting Vince showing off? Come on, man.
Well, that's what I thought at the time. So,
Honestly, if he showed, I probably would have just gave you the W. Honestly, yeah, I won that one, and I unfortunately lost. Well, lost the paper of all our predictions. I know I can just go back and listen. But we both picked The Rock to win the Rumble. We were both wrong there.
that
We
went
both
wrong.
picked. We both picked Rhea. We got that right. You
Yeah.
picked Bliss and what? You picked Bliss and Knight. I remember.
Oh, yes, I did tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
And I picked Belair and Wyatt, and then I'm pretty sure we both picked Roman. I don't see you picking Owens.
Yeah, no, I know. I definitely picked Roman. Yeah, I can remember that one.
Yeah. So, it's safe to say I won.
Yeah, Bobby got more than me. He's fine. He won. He won that one.
I predicted 4 out of 5 matches correctly. Just got the men's Rumble wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Right. Well, anyway, then we might as well. After we've done that one, then we better then move into what should we do? Vengeance Day, should we say? Because
Judgment Day or Vengeance Day.
Judgment Day. What are we on Judgment Day for?
I don't know why that popped into my head. Don't ask me. Whatever.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, so Vengeance Day then. So it's a pretty good show, wasn't it, in the end? So yeah.
I enjoyed that show.
You enjoyed it,
honestly.
Yeah.
I was watching it on my iPad, and it seems like NXT is finding their stride.
Yeah, to be fair, they are. Yeah.
We had some shock title changes.
Yeah.
Which I will get into, which I didn't see coming.
No.
We had a great main event, which my boy killed it. But and then the aftermath of that, we had a surprise return, which I think is classified as a return. Mello and Apollo match. I'm pretty sure that's a return.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we want to dive into that right now.
Yes. So, well, we might as well then say then. So, so we opened up then with Dijak versus Wesley for the North American title. Yeah, what did you think about that one then, or whatever? Really, it was a pretty good match, I would say.
I wouldn't have been shocked if they ended up giving Dijak the belt. But they protected him very well in a loss, which Shawn Michaels is very good at doing. We'll see later.
Yeah.
Good match. I don't see Wesley losing that belt for a little while.
No.
And hey, rightfully so, you know. I'm okay with it. Great match. 2 great workers.
Yeah, Dijak broke his finger at the end, didn't he? So yeah, that was broke.
Shattered. Yeah, he put up the picture. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was so was it? So
yeah, it broke more like, and it was. I won't show you what finger it was. because we don't want to,
No,
get in
it was,
trouble.
no.
Yeah. So what was the second match? I'm trying to remember the match.
It was then the women's tag team championship. So it was Kiana James and Fallon Henley versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. That one was.
Yeah. We have new women's tag team champions, and I didn't see that coming.
No, neither did I.
I think Katana and Kaden would be a fun main roster act.
Yeah.
Now that Triple H is running the show up there,
Yeah.
They need women's tag teams.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But
so you might as well whack them in. Yeah.
I saw the roll up by, I believe it was Kiana on Kaden.
Yeah, I believe
and
so.
I was like, oh, she's gonna kick out, and then the 1, 2, 3. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. But I mean, listen, Kaden and Katana, I can't get over her. Kaden and Katana, they held the belts for a while. I'm pretty sure they're the longest reigning NXT Women's Tag Champs. Pretty sure.
Scores by a day and then done it.
Who they beat out?
We've lost you. Hang on.
No, did we?
Yeah, we lost you. Yeah, you're back now. There we go. You're back now. You literally black screened and everything then, but no, it's fine. So
wait, can you see me moving around and stuff?
Yeah, I can see you moving around now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not like glitchy. Okay, cool. No. All right. Well, I'll take that over glitchy and me not moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the new women's tag team championships, and then we moved on to Carmelo Hayes versus Apollo Crews. Now, obviously, Carmelo defeated Apollo in this one, 2 falls to 3.
Yeah, we knew we knew Carmelo was going to win.
Yeah.
I did not think he was going to win 2-0.
No.
I really did not see that coming at all.
No, I thought Apollo might have got one in at least as well.
Yeah. But hey, Mello, don't miss. We had the returning Babatunde, aka Commander Aziz.
Well, he's Dabakato now, isn't he? Dabakato is his name.
Who did I say? Wait, who's Babatunde?
Babatunde is him. That is him. It's just it's a different.
It's
another one of his names. Yeah, it's another new name for him now. So so he's now back down as Dabakato now. He is. So yeah, the previous Commander Aziz, and he attacked Apollo Crews, leaving him lying out in the ring. So yeah, that was a pretty good ending to that one. Then next we moved on to the NXT Tag Team Championship match. So we had Gallus versus New Day versus Chase U versus Pretty Deadly, and again new tag team champions. That one.
I was so ready for Chase U to win. I was so ready. I was like,
I thought they were going to.
Come on. Anybody who knows me knows I love Andre Chase.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was so ready, and then they put it on Gallus. Is this Gallus's first NXT tag titles? Regular NXT?
Regular US ones, yeah. They won it, I think, in the UK once or twice. So yeah, first reign.
Okay. Because at first I was like, why are we putting these belts on this guys again? And then I'm like, wait, this might be their first run here, and I'm okay with it. I quite frankly, I thought New Day would go into Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Are they done on NXT now, or?
I think they are now. Yeah, I think whenever anyone comes up from main roster, it's only a short stint. It's never a long one. The only ones who's obviously stayed is obviously Apollo Crews, but that's because he's now on NXT. And of course,
Balor.
Yeah.
Are you talking about since last year?
Obviously, the ones that have stayed now since coming back. So obviously, you've got Jinder and everyone as well now. Obviously, Jinder's come back because he's now NXT and that now. Obviously, until they get called up again as a group. So
I'm okay. I'm okay with Gallus. Need solid guys to hold the belts, and where they go from here is interesting because maybe Chase U gets it. I don't see Pretty Deadly getting it again.
No, I can see Pretty Deadly coming up to main roster because they've been doing house shows. They've done a couple of house shows. Pretty Deadly have.
Really?
Yeah, so I can see them coming up to main roster soon. And that because they've been on the road with Raw. I think it's been. Yeah, I think they were on the road with Raw a few times they've done, and they've done a couple of house shows with them. So yeah, so that could be quite interesting. I'm sure it's Raw. Don't hold me to that, but I'm sure it is.
I will hold you to that.
Okay, fair enough. And then we went into the women's NXT Championship match, which was Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane.
Brutal match. It's not the only thing brutal that JC and Gigi were involved in.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we will get into that. Roxanne retains, like we all expected.
Yeah.
Just to further the Gigi and JC storyline, and we'll get into that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Roxanne walked out with the belt. So and then the last match of the night then was Bron Breakker versus Grayson Waller for the NXT Championship.
Now, I honestly thought Bron Breakker and Waller were both going to escape the cage, and Bron Breakker was just slightly going to beat him out, just to avoid Waller taking a pin. Yeah. I was wrong. I did not think they would keep Waller in there like they did.
Yeah, well, of course, where NXT changed the stipulations, did it, at the end, and they made it no escape. So, so it had to be pinfall or submission. So, and then, of course, straight after the match, we then had Mello come down and stare out Bron Breakker to obviously say, I'm your next challenger, and that will more than likely be Mania weekend, I can see.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be, that's going to be the big headlining match for Mania weekend. It's definitely going to be that one. It's,
the ending to the men's title match. Bron Breakker has Waller, Waller's up, and he's yelling at him, and Waller just shoves his face, and Braun just goes, and Braun hits the ropes, and Braun spears the living daylights out of him.
Yeah.
I remember watching it, I'm like, oh, even that hurt me. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then Waller's entrance, fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, what with all the stuff.
The women, and he was cosplaying as Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this man is phenomenal. And we'll get into where he was this week. We'll get into what happened after the show, which was very funny.
Yeah.
And I'll mention some nicknames so you don't get in trouble. I'll take all the heat.
Fair enough. That's cool. Yeah.
I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. Yeah, so no, that's fine. So that was Vengeance Day. Yeah, we actually rated it pretty high because I don't know whether you've seen it, but we started up our new thingy for the website this week where we done ratings for pay-per-views now. That's what we started doing now.
I saw it, but I, for whatever reason, didn't click to see what you guys put. So what did you guys put?
It was pretty epic ones. Bear with. Hang on, I'll have to load it up.
For that happens to me all the time. I'll see like a tweet, and I'll be like, I gotta open this, and I don't, and then just it's gone.
Yeah, no, we rated it pretty high because it was mine and one other person's opinions, which I was asking at the time, basically for the star ratings. Let me just just loading up the site and then go into it. So where is it? So it is Vengeance Day star rating. Sorry, I'm just multitasking over here. Right, so once it comes in, I know we rated them pretty high for it.
I mean, I would.
Yeah. So the first match then, so Wesley versus Dijak, we gave 4.5 stars. It was out of 5, so
that's
pretty good. The women's tag match, 4 stars.
I would have guessed 3, but okay. I'm gonna try and guess before you. All right. Yeah, all right. So okay. Next was
Apollo Crews and Camaro.
3.5.
No, we went 4.5.
Really? Okay.
We went 4.5. Yeah. Then you then move on to the tag team championship match. So that's the men's one.
Men's tag team. Oh, that was fun. I'll go 4.
Yeah, we went 4. Yeah. And then the women's NXT championship match.
4.
Yeah, we went 4 for that one. Yep. And then the main event.
4.5.
We went 5. Actually rated that 5.
You marks. I'm just kidding.
No.
Kidding. Wait, who is this other person? It depends, actually.
Yeah, it's just random people who I was asking, basically, like going through and getting like random sort of things and stuff like that at the time.
Somebody's got to be the heel in this. Yeah. You marks.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So yeah. But no, it was mainly me doing it. But yeah, it's fine.
If you want to DM me. I probably won't answer, or I will. I don't know.
Yeah, no, well, you're okay.
DM me on Twitter. I'm always in those. No, I'm not.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, not at all.
You don't tell them that.
No. So no, yeah. So it's pretty good. And yeah, we obviously gave it proper star ratings, not the Meltzer star ratings. We gave it proper star ratings.
Did you give an overall pay-per-view grade?
No, we didn't do that one. I'm going to start adding that one in from the next one. Sorry, we're going to do one like that for Extreme Rules.
Like a A-, B+, like a
yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, we're going to do that when it came.
I would give it like a B+ show.
Yeah.
Maybe even bump it up to an A-. Like I said before, I think NXT has really hit their stride. They went through a rough patch for a little while, but it also helps that they are traveling.
Yeah, for the pay-per-views especially.
That helps a lot. And I know they didn't sell out that arena. I'm not going to say they did sell out that arena.
No.
But they wanted 5K. They got 5K, and the crowd was pretty rowdy.
Yeah, that was a big crowd for NXT as well. So that it made it as well look a lot better. It really did.
What does NXT usually have? 500, if that?
I think it's about 500 in the CWC. Yeah, I think that's all you can fit in there.
You go from 500 to 5K, it's going to make a difference. And it did. Like I said, the crowd was really into it.
Yeah.
Like I said, NXT is finding their stride, I believe, and I'm happy because I really do enjoy watching NXT weekly.
Yeah, you do, yeah. Well, you normally end up watching it. I normally fall asleep during Tuesday nights.
Now I sound like a mark. Yeah, I messaged him last night, like halfway through NXT, and all I said was 0. And this man didn't respond, and usually he responds pretty quickly. So I'm like, after 10 minutes, I'm like, this man's asleep.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it is on at 1 o'clock in the morning for me, so you know.
Listen, I'm going heel again. I don't care. I don't care. What do I mean? What do I mean? I'm going heel. I am the heel.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, on this show, we always have a heel and a face on there. So I'm the face, you're the heel.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah,
somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. Yeah. So
you hear that, Brady? You hear that, Brady?
Ignore him on that one. He dislikes Brady. Right. Well, anyway,
I dislike all Bradys, and that includes Tom.
Oh, fair enough. Right. So so that was Vengeance Day done then. So
good show.
Raw.
Good show.
Should we say Raw?
Oh wait,
next?
Wait. Should we mention what happened after Vengeance Day, or should?
Yeah.
Should we mention that on NXT?
No, mention that now. Actually, yeah, you can mention that now.
All right. So I believe HBK was on the media call. Yes.
Yes, he was. Yes.
It was weird that they didn't have. I guess not everyone can go to North Carolina. I guess that makes sense. Because I was thinking, I'm like, why is nobody there in person? But fair enough. He's answering a question from somebody. I don't know who. Or was he answering a question from who?
Yeah.
Oh, he was answering a question from who. Grayson Waller pops in, and he goes, listen, you take care of your Sean Ross Simps another time. Hilarious nickname, by the way. It's very good. Very good, Grayson. That's why you're my man. And Grayson's like, what? Do I got to put hearts on my gear for you to notice me? For me to be the guy? What do I got to do to be the guy? And then A-Train comes in to try and get him out. And he's like, oh, now you're sending an A-Train. Of course, Waller got suspended, storyline, but it made him, it didn't, they made him look strong in his defeat for sure, but that, helps his cause. And now he has a match next week, and I've officially acquired Grayson Waller in my league, so I get to have him possibly for the next 2 years. So, long-term booking. Yeah, I was supposed to get him after. If you're watching this, you probably just saw me hit myself with my phone. I went a little crazy there. I was supposed to have him January 10th after New Year's Eve. I was like, all right. I talked to the guy I was trading to. I said, hey. He's like, all right. Let's see how Grayson Waller versus Braun Breaker goes. If Grayson Waller loses, we'll do the trade. So no problem. Because, you want a world champion on your team. Then all of a sudden, that wonky finish happened, and I'm like, come on, man. Why? Why are you doing this to me? He's like, yeah, we're going to wait till see what happens in the steel cage. And I'm like, yeah. But I got him.
Fair enough.
So Waller was suspended in storyline for 1 week. He will be back next week with, I'll just say it now, why not? He's facing Tyler Bate, which is Very interesting match.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
Waller's gonna win that one for sure.
I guess so. Yeah, probably.
I mean, he kind of has to get a win back. He kind of got to,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but we had a couple other returns on NXT, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that one. Yeah,
Let's go to Raw.
Yeah, let's go Raw. So, if I could do Raw then, I've got it loaded up in front of me here. So,
Yeah, I can just react to some stuff because quite frankly, I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, so we opened up Raw with Edge
yes.
and Beth Phoenix.
Edge is getting a little handsy, of course.
Yeah, and of course Beth told him to basically stop it.
He's like, "Sorry,
yeah,
listen, Edge, I don't blame you, man."
Yeah, and they were basically doing they were basically calling out Judgment Day and saying how they want to. Well, it's now been officially made now that it's going to be Edge and Beth versus Rhea and Finn at Elimination Chamber. The funny thing was as well was obviously when Beth when Beth picked up Dom and basically when she went to go and glam slam him and Dom just ended up shouting "Mammy" for Rhea Ripley as that's what he could do.
Dominic Mysterio, at some points the mommy shtick gets old, but that was very funny.
Yeah,
I have to say I laughed when I saw that.
Yeah. Did you see the image that was going around as well? You know, of his face as he was up, as he was like he pulled that face where he was like that really shocked looking face as Beth had him up in the air.
No, I have not seen.
Just behind him, somebody was holding up a sign saying Eddie is Dominic's real dad at the time, and it was perfectly timed. It was perfectly timed. Yeah, they actually had it on. You could actually see it on there. Yeah, so it said that. There was just a shocked face on Dom's one of that, just as he was shouting "Mommy" as well. So yeah, it was pretty. That was good camera work. That was really good camera work. So yeah, and then we then we moved on to Angelo Dawkins versus Damian Priest in a Elimination Chamber qualifying match. That led to Damian Priest winning the match. In the end, that wasn't a surprise. Although people did believe that Dawkins was going to win, so you could have the two profits in the chamber potentially. So
of the profits, we knew which one was going in to go crazy. Let's just say.
Yeah,
he's going to be wild in that match.
Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah,
so good. Yeah, rightfully so. But continue. Sorry.
So he's now in the match now, then along with Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Johnny Gargano at this point. And then we had a look back on the Bloodline storyline from SmackDown, which we should just say because we're not actually reviewing SmackDown. Obviously now Roman is facing Sami at Elimination Chamber as well for the belts. That's how SmackDown ended. So that's what they went and recapped.
Good ending to SmackDown for sure.
It was, yeah. We then had a graphic as well congratulating Bad Bunny for winning the 2023 Grammy Award for Best Music Urban Award. And that, for Best Urban Music Award, it was in the end. I know I've seen a couple of images going around where it had Dwayne Johnson stood next to Bad Bunny, and it was one of these is a WWE superstar, the other one's a WWE fan.
He could show up and surprise Adele, but he can't show up and surprise us in the Rumble.
And then we went backstage where we had Maximum Male Models who are now officially on Raw. Now they're going after Otis. They want to make Otis a model. That's going to be quite funny for that one.
Listen, when Maxine said, "Oh, he's perfect," I said, "Are you kidding me? What? This guy got Mandy. Now he's getting Maxine's attention. What does this guy have?"
We discussed this, but this isn't safe for the stream.
Yeah, that's true. We'd get banned for sure. And I'm just like, this man. Good for you, Otis. Good for you.
Yeah, very much so. And then the camera zoomed over to Chelsea Green, who was stood there, saying her family was in attendance that night and she wanted a match. She threatened to call Adam Pearce's boss to get him fired unless she got that match. Obviously, she's got this whole Karen gimmick going on where she complains and everything. So,
she's really good at it.
Yeah,
Well,
she is.
so what was funny this week? She goes, "Are you the manager to Adam Pearce?" And Adam Pearce looks at her. He goes, "We just went through this last week."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he
That
had
was
enough.
funny.
He's
That
like,
was
"We
funny.
just went through this." And
Yeah.
oh wait, we didn't mention who was number 30 in the women's rumble.
Oh yeah, Nia Jax. Yeah,
Oh, for the
Nia
love.
Jax.
So I stayed away from pretty much every possible spoiler.
Yeah, he
And I
logged
did.
off. He logged off. He logged off for
I
the. Yeah.
I went like a couple days in advance. My buddy Joe, he texted me. He goes, "I won't say a name, but there is a name that's being pitched for the women's rumble that I can't I can't believe, quite frankly." And I'm like, okay. So he goes, "I'll let you know when and if she comes out." I said, okay. We get to like number 27. He goes, "Yeah, she still hasn't come out." And I'm like, okay, maybe it got scrapped. Then all of a sudden, I can't even say the music hit, or I can't even say the countdown went to 0 because it didn't.
No. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I hear it and I see the name and I'm like, oh my God. And then I look at the text. He goes, "In case you didn't know, that's her." And I was like, oh, I was like, why? Why? And then it seems like it's a one-off, quite frankly.
Yeah, for the minute. Yeah.
I know they were selling merch, but it seems like I feel like she would have been on at least one episode of Raw since then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
I
is
mean,
a
yeah.
waste. Why couldn't you bring in Trish Stratus or Lita? Well, we know now why.
Yeah, we know why. Yeah, but yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah. So we'll go back to Raw then afterwards. Then so then they went back and had another recap of what's coming up at Elimination Chamber, where what happened on SmackDown. Sorry, where they're saying that this week on SmackDown we've got the Usos defending against Braun Strowman and Ricochet, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That was just a recap there. We then went into the next match on Raw, which was Dexter Lumis versus Baron Corbin with John Bradshaw at ringside for Baron Corbin, and Johnny Gargano was ringside for Dexter Lumis. Lumis got the pinfall on Corbin, and it led to something quite interesting later on in the night. But we'll get to that now. Actually, we'll get to that in a bit. Actually, it was an all right match. It was a quick match. It was only about 5 minutes, I'd say. Now, what did you think about it, really?
I don't get why they jobbed out Corbin so much. He's a good worker. I mean, I understand he's not going to be world champion, but I think he deserves better, quite frankly. To lose to Dexter Lumis, I don't know. That's I agree with you on that one. And then we go backstage, and you've got Becky Lynch was being interviewed by Byron Saxton. It feels weird seeing Byron Saxton still doing backstage interviews, and I'm still not used to it. And I'm used to him being on the announcer's desk. Becky basically turned around and said that she might have something up her sleeve to help deal with damage control later on in the evening, and we'll get to that. I was shocked,
to
say the least, but
we'll get to that. And then up next then is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He comes out. This was hilarious, this promo. I found it hilarious in that way. He was just saying how he kept talking about, how he keeps thinking about Bobby Lashley and that.
There's a lot of memes going around.
Yeah, the best bit was when he turned around and said about how he climbs into bed with his wife and that, and then after about 4 to 5 hours he wakes up. He started thinking about Bobby Lashley. That was that had me. That did.
Really, 4 to 5 hours later, it's like, there you go, Brock. Good for you, buddy.
That had me. That really did have me. That one did. That was and all that set up then is Brock basically challenging Bobby at Elimination Chamber next week. So
it's official.
Yeah, it's official now. Well, because there's a contract signing for it on next week's Raw. Backstage, then we have Candice LeRae was shown getting ready when Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis showed up. Dexter had drawn a picture where it also had Nikki Cross lurking in the background, and all you had was Nikki just running away laughing. This is obviously leading to Sanity coming on in, I would say.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to do it. So then you're obviously going to have like the Way versus Dexter versus Sanity, I would say. Well, I say the Way, you know, it'd be Loomis and Gargano.
Yeah.
And
He's got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, for the minute. Then we move on to the women's 4-way for the Elimination Chamber qualifier match, which was Carmella, Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, and Piper Nivens. Obviously, Carmella made her return to the ring. She's gone back to her old gimmick now, which was pretty good. Everyone was saying that was a really, really good gimmick, basically.
The Princess of Staten Island.
Yeah. Carmella won that one, so obviously she's going through now. They did have all the other competitors at ringside as well, so you've now got Oscar. So that will now be Oscar, Raquel, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Natalia, and Carmella in that Elimination Chamber match for win against Bianca at WrestleMania. Then we went on to something quite fun backstage, where you actually then had Corbin and JBL was backstage. They actually then broke up. They actually did a breakup segment backstage where Corbin told JBL that he would do better, and JBL told him that you can't polish a turd, and that he's tried. So yeah.
Now wait, I don't mean to jump in. Did you miss a certain segment? I thought it happened relatively early in the show.
I don't know which segment.
With Cody?
That's not on yet. That's later on in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was later on in the show.
Why did I think
that was third hour? No, that was third hour.
Really?
Yeah, it was 9 o'clock. Your time.
That's first hour.
What? No, okay, it was third hour, sorry. It's third hour.
Well, I'm 8 to 11, Raw.
Yeah, okay, then yes, so it was the last hour, then so it was 10 to 11, then it was the last
hour.
Really?
Okay, never mind.
Hour.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought it was like an hour in. Okay.
No, the Cody segment backstage, yeah. And in the back of that Corbin and JBL thing, you also then seen MVP was talking to Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. It looks like the Hurt Business is back in business. So yeah. We then have Cedric and Shelton with MVP at ringside versus the Alpha Academy. The Hurt Business actually won that one. I'm going to call them the Hurt Business now. It's just so much easier. So the Hurt Business won that one.
Kind of. I was kind of shocked by that, but
yeah. And then we go backstage, and the Miz is there, basically saying about how it's like he's been losing matches and stuff, and how he was shocked that he lost to Rick Boogs because he wasn't prepared last week. So you then have Boogs walk out of Adam Pearce's office where he's booging up. That's his new thing now. He's booging up now.
My name is Rick Boogs, and I came to rock. I'm glad he's back. I really am, because I was there when he got injured. So it's cool to see him back.
Yeah, and that's in the setup. Then Boogs versus The Miz next week on Raw. We then have Chelsea Green walks up to Adam Pearce as well to try and say she hoped that she's got a opponent, and oh boy did she have an opponent, which obviously came up very shortly.
Spoiler alert, I thought it was Nia Jax.
Did you? Really did. Fair enough.
I really did.
Yeah. And then we move on to that match anyway. Yeah, so Chelsea makes her entrance, and then you then have she had all the competitors from the Elimination Chamber at ringside. So you had Raquel, Liv, Natalia, Carmella came out, and the reason for that was because it was actually Oscar who faced Chelsea Green. Chelsea did not seem very happy about that one. I mean, at first, I thought Chelsea might have got the win because of how much offensive she was getting in, but then no, obviously Oscar got it. It was a rather easy win in the end for Oscar on that.
There's one match left. I'm sorry, one spot left in the chamber.
No, they're all filled now. They're all filled now.
Who's the last spot?
So who have we got? So we've got
Carmella,
Liv,
Raquel,
Liv, Oscar,
Natalia, and who's the sixth one?
So hang on, yes, we've got Raquel, Liv, Natalia.
Hey, they were all ringside.
Oscar. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's only 5. Is there a qualifying match Saturday or I mean Friday?
No, because they've all done. We'll have a look. We'll have a look in a minute.
Yeah, I'll do. You continue. I'll
Yeah.
go.
No, this is not a bit that you're on about now, where Cody actually comes out. Cody makes his entrance out to the ring when we come back after the break. All we hear from some of it is there was some Sammy chants during Cody's entrance. Yeah, it was a sort of, there was more Cody chants and stuff like that. He was talking about how he's going to defeat Roman Reigns and stuff like that. And then Paul Heyman actually comes out and they have a bit of a sort of to and fro. Heyman gets emotional over the whole Cody. Yeah, we'll get into that one in a minute. Actually, no, we'll cut into that. Yeah, who's the 6th one? You just seen it?
Nikki Cross.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Nikki Cross.
It was the final 3 of the 4 in the Women's Rumble.
That was it.
Remember?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now, to get into this Cody thing, if anybody truly knows me, they know how much I love Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no.
What? Am I lying?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, yeah. So, but yeah, no. So yeah, they're on a promo.
Whatever credit is due, good promo.
Yeah, I actually found out in the end, Heyman actually wrote that. Heyman wrote that promo. But yeah, so yeah. You have Paul Heyman and that getting emotional when they turned around and said about how Dusty and that thanked Paul and everything for Cody and that thanked Paul for saving Dusty's career and everything. They were basically just talking about history and everything. Then a bit right at the end was absolutely outstanding where Heyman turned around and said, I can remember the last conversation I had with your dad was that you were his favourite son, but Roman Reigns was the son that he always wanted. And that
God.
And then it looked like Cody was gonna knock out Paul Heyman at that point. It absolutely looked like it. So.
Do you know how badly you have to have the champion not show for me to root for Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
Do you know how off TV Roman Reigns has to be for me to root for Cody Rhodes?
Yeah.
At least Cody will be there weekly.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, yeah.
For the May draft that Xero reported on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, okay. But no, we're yeah.
No, okay, hold on. I'm gonna go with Cody. I'm in a feisty mood.
Yeah, okay.
When I bought tickets to last year's WrestleMania, I'm like, cool.
Yeah. How
could I have gotten the luck of having Cody Rhodes return at one WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I bought this ticket in November of 2021.
Yeah.
So Cody leaving wasn't even a thought at this point of AEW. Then he shows up, and I'm getting harassed in my section.
Yeah.
I got them back later, though. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Mark's rooting for Ronda. Anyway, so then I just sink my head when Cody's music hit, and then he's probably gonna win the belts. And I said, "How? Why? Why does this happen to me?" Like, I go to 2 WrestleManias in a row. I fly across the country, and I get to see Cody. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. You love it. Really. You love it. So, no. Well, anyway, yeah. So moving on from your hatred of Cody, so we then move on to Montez Ford versus Elias for the Elimination Chamber qualifier. Austin Theory was on commentary during this as well. It's about a 10-minute match. It was Montez Ford picks up the win, and he's obviously now the last member to go into the chamber for that one.
He's gonna do something crazy in that chamber for sure.
He'll do, yeah. That's going to be pretty. He is going to. We then move on to the. Actually, no. Sorry, I should say. Austin Theory was at the commentary table, and Seth Rollins comes out. Seth Rollins comes out and hits him with a stomp to put down Theory.
Where did he come from?
Yeah, I don't know. He just jumped the barriers, I think.
The next thing I know, I see Seth and he's curb stomping Theory. I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah. So then we have an advert. We then have an advert show up for next week's Raw to advertise what we've got. So On next week's Raw, then we've got Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar will have a contract sign-in for their match at Elimination Chamber. We've then got a 6-woman tag match, which is Asuka, Nikki Cross, and Carmella versus Raquel, Liv, and Natalia. So it's basically Raw versus SmackDown.
Notice how Asuka's on the heel side too.
Yeah, well, obviously that's the Raw side as well, isn't it? So yes, it's Raw versus SmackDown.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've also then got Miz TV with Seth Rollins next week, and then obviously the Miz versus Rick Boogs.
And we have another one, Mustafa Ali versus Bronson Reed. Don't ask me why, but that's
random.
Today.
That's random.
Yeah, I saw it.
One.
It said it. One of the sites I follow, it said for February 13th Raw, and I know that's next Monday. I said, why?
Okay, yeah, that's random. Yeah, and then we now move on to the main event anyway, which was then the steel cage match between Becky and Bayley.
2 shows in a row with a steel cage match main event.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
With Dakota and Io Sky at ringside. Now, Dakota came down with crutches to further the storyline. Now, yeah, so we were getting near the end of that, and obviously the rest of Damage Control was trying to enter the cage, and out she comes, a certain red-headed legend in Lita, who came down. Now, I know you were shocked at that one.
I hear the music hit, and I'm like, oh, cool, Lita. And I'm like, Lita?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Where's this come from? And then I'm slowly putting it together. I'm like, Chambers right around the corner. WrestleMania's right around the corner. They need a third. There's a certain blonde I know that I met in Dallas that, let's just say my streak's going to continue, folks.
Yeah, would yeah, should do, yeah. Well, Lita slammed the door on Bayley as Bayley was trying to escape, and Lynch hits the door slam on Bayley for the pinfall. Yeah, it was all right. And then obviously then they celebrate at the end of it. But I mean it was an all right cage match to end the show with. It wasn't the best cage match, but obviously, yeah, it's the site which I'm looking on for these results. They've given it a 7.5 out of 10 for this week's Raw. Most of it was to do with the promos, obviously the Brock promo and the Cody and Heyman promo. They were pretty good, actually. That's sort of the best things about it, and obviously the Edge Beth thing as well. That's pretty good. So yeah, I'll just quickly recap them. What got hit. So the Elimination Chamber at the moment seems to be set in stone. So the card at the moment shows Roman versus Sammy for the undisputed tag team for the undisputed championship. We've then also going to have Brock versus Bobby. We've then got the US Championship Elimination Chamber match, which is Austin Theory, Johnny Gargano, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Montez Ford. We're then also going to have Edge and Beth versus Finn and Rhea. And finally, the Raw Women's Championship #1 contender Elimination Chamber match, which will be Asuka versus Raquel, versus Liv, versus Nikki, versus Natalia, versus Carmella. So I'm actually quite looking forward to that event because it's a pretty stacked event, to be fair.
A week from Saturday?
Yeah, week Saturday it is, yeah. So
we'll predict that next week just in case. And I just got 2 more bits of info. Alexa Bliss is taking time off.
Well, you say that. Have you not seen the update? Have you not seen the update?
She said, well, I mean, it came from PW Insider. They're pretty reliable.
Yeah, but then Alexa obviously took and said, "Don't believe anything unless it's come directly from me."
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if she's taking time off.
Well, the thing is, though, is I think the reason behind that is people have exaggerated the stories. I don't know who it's come from, but I've seen a few going around, and it says that apparently Alexa's now done. That was one of the other things, was she's not coming back for it, which I believe that was one of the that's probably what she was referring to as well, because there was a report around to say that she's basically now staying off all the way through to Mania, and then her contract ends at Mania, but that's not true. From what I've heard, that's not true. She will be back at some point. They just don't know when for it. So, yes, that's that one. Yeah, what was the other bit as well then? Because you said there was 2.
Yeah, this broke yesterday. Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
He suffered a stroke. It seems he will make a full recovery, which is great. But just wanted to update you on that. Prayers up for Jerry Lawler. He's had his fair share of health issues, so
yeah.
But we think he'll pull through.
Yeah.
And he's 73. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I I
Yeah.
looked at the age and I said, "Wow,
Yeah.
he still wrestles."
Yeah. He's still wrestles. Yeah. But then again, so does Ric Flair, and you know, well, on
All right,
occasion.
Rick. Yeah, well, when Flair needs money, we won't get into that.
Flair.
All
Yeah.
right, let's go into NXT.
Yeah. Let's go into
All
this
right,
week's season. So I didn't watch
so
this, so I'm going in completely blind. So all yours. So,
unbelievable.
I
We start with a recap of Vengeance Day. We get footage of Bailey rolling up to the Performance Center. Her arm is in a sling. Bailey pulling double duty. She went from a cage match in where was Raw? Do you know?
wasn't it Florida? Hang on,
Was it? It was
hang on.
Orlando,
Yeah, hang
wasn't
on.
it?
Bear with. I'll be able to tell you very shortly. It was at the Amway Center.
In
Yeah,
Orlando.
Orlando. Yeah, Amway Center at
Oh,
Orlando.
so she didn't have to go far. Okay, I was gonna give her props, but she was just there. Anyway, all right. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams make their entrance to get on the mic. Now, did you see the Twitter war between Carmelo Hayes and Carmella?
Yes, I did. Yeah, yeah. About the melon means money thing. Yeah.
Yo, Hayes, my man, you didn't have to end her like that. Well, maybe he did, but all right.
Yeah.
We have this big intro for Hayes, who I mean, he's treated like a star, and he will be. He will be, and he has a new catchphrase, "Mellow in two," because he pinned Apollo twice.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
And then JD McDonough comes out, which is interesting.
It's random.
I know they go back and forth. The match gets made for official for later that night. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Then we see. I might need your help on this one.
Right.
Now, I know you didn't watch last night, but this seems like a brewing storyline. Kiana James rolls up with Fallon Henley. They're the new women's tag team champions. Henley is upset James cheated and wants to give Katana a chance to Kevin Carter a rematch. Why? And also insists that Kiana tells Brooks who she was on the phone with. And they walk through a door to a surprise party for them. What's the phone thing? I don't remember
That's
that.
the whole car park and Nikita thing, isn't it? It was the whole thing about Nikita being injured in the car park.
Is it?
If you remember, yeah, I think it refers back to that storyline because that her legit injury, they're playing into a storyline where they're going to turn around and say, you've got things like, if you've noticed, they've been playing all these video packages to who was
I remember
backstation
that,
at
but
the time.
I didn't
Yeah.
remember the Kiana James one. Did you say car park?
Well, yeah, car park. It's a car park here in the UK.
All right,
Yeah,
we call it a parking lot because I'm
yeah,
like
they
car
do.
park.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Tomato,
car.
tomato.
It's a car park here in the UK. So yeah, yeah. So
That's funny. All right,
okay,
so then we go through the Vengeance Day Waller backstage. We went into
yeah,
that. Then we have Soruka versus Zoe Stark. Now Soruka, man, she can go, but Zoe wins, of course,
yeah,
with suplex face breaker.
yeah.
Then we had Dabakato versus Dante. I'm sorry. Before that, Fallon again tries to pressure Kiana into confessing Brooks, but they're interrupted by Pretty Deadly arriving, and they blame Chase U. Pretty Deadly just looks like they haven't slept. They look like a mess. We'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll have Dabakato versus Dante Chen. Now, my friend refereed this match,
All
and
right. Yeah.
I messaged him during it, and he got back to me later, and I'm like, man, how does it feel that you're a suspect to a, or I'm sorry, you're a witness to a murder? And he was like, yeah, man, it's like Chen owed Dabakato money, and I'm like, yeah. And at one point, it looked like you owed Dabakato money because he was looking down at you and it looked like he wanted to beat you up. He's
Yeah.
like, nah, not never that. I'm like, good. Dabakato squashes him with a sit-down choke bomb.
Yeah.
That's a interesting one. Um, then we see footage of Diamond Mine in the trainer's room as Ivy Nile gets evaluated from last week. She just fell off the ring. I don't know why. But then they accuse Tatum of attacking Nikita Lyons, which I don't think. I don't know who attacked Nikita Lyons, quite frankly.
No.
Back from commercial, Roxanne Perez is interviewed. Caden Oh wait, I did say it right. Caden and Katana. I thought I
Yeah,
said
you did,
Casey.
yeah. No, you said
Okay.
yeah.
They want a shot at Roxanne because they lost their titles and nobody seems to care.
Yeah.
They said there's a reason Cora Jade abandoned you, and then said if you have a friend, go find her. We'll get into that. Next, we have I need your help with this one too. We have Isla Dawn versus Tatum Paxley. Now Isla Dawn wins.
Yeah.
Why are her and Alba friends now?
Didn't they just randomly just team up at thingy? I have no idea why it happened, but it's
Yeah, because they
obviously
were feuding.
yeah, they were. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because of the whole like mysterious thing, isn't it, between the two of them? So
Yeah.
there's not really like any sort of proper information to why it is, but it's quite an
Well,
interesting
yeah.
pairing actually for
Yeah,
it.
I
So
don't know.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, Isla Dawn wins with the face lock lariat. We get a video package for Carmelo Hayes and JD McDonough. That was quick. And then we see a fancy car pull up to the building as someone steps out, and we go to break. Dun dun. Now, I had no idea who this was. I will be completely honest with you. We have Carmelo Hayes versus JD McDonough. They gave him some time for this match. Then, towards the end of the match, where is it? Fade away, McDonough at the top ropes. Carmelo Hayes won't stay down. Near fall from Hayes. Then we get a headbutt from McDonough. Then the music hits. Now, do you know who came back? Or
no, I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet from it though.
Ilya Dragunov. He
Oh,
takes
cool. Yeah.
He takes Trick Williams out with an uppercut, and Mello gets the roll up for the win. Now, Mello pins him, and Mello's in the middle of the ring, and Dragunov is at the end of the ring, and Mello's like, ho, 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 homeboy, I don't want any trouble. And it was so funny. The camera work was really good. You see Dragunov go for his finisher, and
Yeah.
you see Hayes like kind of cowering. He goes right past Hayes and goes for McDonough. Like you want,
Fair enough.
Dragunov wanted nothing to do with Hayes, and Hayes wanted nothing to do with Dragunov.
Yeah.
And this was a really funny segment. So Hayes beats McDonough, of
Yeah.
course. He tried to go for the torpedo Moscow. Actually, this is very funny. This is not my writing. This is Cage Side Seats writing.
Oh,
Apparently,
okay.
they're not a big JD McDonough fan. Post match, Hayes ducks and Ilya clobbers JD with an elbow, like I said, lining him up for a torpedo Moscow. But the coward runs away through the crowd. Their words, not mine. Just letting
Okay,
it
fair
out
enough.
there.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Then we go backstage to a very funny segment. I was laughing. Tiffany Stratton is backstage. Then Thea Hale walks in and Tiffany's doing her makeup. Thea
Oh,
Hale is what? You saw this?
I seen a. I seen something about this. I haven't seen it
Yeah, you
fully.
saw the end of it probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she doesn't understand why Stratton has an issue, and suddenly remembers she got an essay assigned. She forgot about an essay assignment. Like Stratton's doing her makeup, and then Thea Hill goes, "Oh my god!" and Stratton just jumps. She's like, "I forgot to turn in my essay." And then they go back and forth. And she goes, "Wait a minute!" And Stratton's like, "What?" And she goes, "I have a day to turn it in. It's okay." Tiffany calls Chase U cringy and annoying and said nobody wants to go there ever. Hale does some breathing exercises. Stratton interrupts, and Thea calls her shallow and self-centered, while Chase U is for everyone. And if she's not down with that, she's got two words for her. And Tiffany interrupts. She goes, "Let me guess, Chase U." Thea Hale goes, "What? No, suck it." It was like, oh, okay.
Fair enough.
And then, okay, clearly they got this wrong. I remember this. Then next thing you know, oh, I'm blanking on her name. Um, oh no, I should remember her name. What's the Rock's daughter's name?
Ava Rain.
Ava Rain. Yes, Ava Rain just comes from behind the Hale, puts her hand over her mouth, drags her away, and Stratton turns around to look, like, well after she's gone, and she's just like, hey, whatever. She doesn't care.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So we see the Toxics arriving as we go to break. We'll get into that. Back from commercial, we go back to the party. Fallon Henley has something to say to Brooks Jensen, and they go back and forth about who should say their thing first. Brooks is celebrating Valentine's Day with Kiana James next week, And he's so excited. Henley doesn't have the heart to spill the beans on the mystery phone call, so she just thanks him for the party. Next, we had Lyra Valkyrie versus Valentina Feroz. Andrea Electra Lopez comes out to ringside. Lyra Valkyrie wins by pinfall. I thought that was there to set up Lyra for Cora Jade next week because that match got scrapped a few weeks ago, but not. Yeah. We see Wesley's interviewed. We see his real life wife, which I did not see coming. He talks about how he means everything to him. Then we see Dijak's finger. We will not be showing that photo. No. Then Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo roll up, and they say they want in on the open challenge next week that Wesley offered. Lee says he doesn't owe them anything, but he'll be having an open challenge next week, and he says they're welcome to accept. Then we see Odyssey Jones make his entrance. Then we see a promo from Tyler Bate calling out Grayson Waller for being disrespectful. Waller's suspension is over next week, so if he wants to disrespect anyone, why not him? So Waller versus Tyler Bate next week, which should be a good match. Then we have Channing Stacks Lorenzo versus Odyssey Jones. Channing Lorenzo wins, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Then we have a promo from Indus Sher and Jinder Mahal. They talk about getting respect from the Creed brothers after devastating the Creed brothers. Then we get Chase U making their entrance. We have Chase U. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed something major. Back from the commercial, Roxanne Perez is interviewed in the parking lot. She just got off her phone with her new tag partner, Miko Satomura from NXT UK. Cool. So it seems like all the visa issues they were having
are gone.
Because Dragunov's back and Miko's back next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going through the match. I thought Chase U had it again. Chase U is so over with the crowd, by the way.
Yeah.
But pretty deadly win by pinfall with spilt milk on Andre Chase because Thea Hale showed up at ringside and Duke Hudson was trying to console her. And okay. Next is the close to the show. We see a tweet from Triple H saying how proud he is of everyone for Vengeance Day. And Bailey, ding dong, hello. And JC, I love JC and Gigi, how they just walk through the door. It's funny. And Bailey's trying to get them on the same page, and Gigi and JC are on the same page for a minute. And JC and Gigi were like, why don't we come for the main roster tag champs? And Bailey's like, whoa, no. We don't want anything like that. Then, just like Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, JC super kicks Jane.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, JC super kicks Gigi.
Yeah.
And throws her into the door.
Yeah.
Do you want to put the picture up now, or?
No, we'll do it in a minute. So,
okay. Yeah. And I, in the moment, think, okay, that door is going to open. No, it did not.
No.
Gigi goes face first into the door and puts a hole in it. And I said, oh my God. And then you see Gigi crying, and I'm like, that's got to be somewhat real, because that just looks painful.
Yeah.
And then Gigi is against the door. Gigi just kicking her face, and her head just keeps going off the door. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is brutal. Yeah. And then Gigi's a tough girl. I'll give her credit. And Gigi, that's how the show ends. Yeah. As JC stands up, and Gigi is crying.
Yep. And then today, it's the picture you're on about. Yeah. And today, Gigi posts this on her socials.
Yep.
Showing the aftermath of it. Now that does look pretty damn brutal, to be fair. So, yeah, there's got to be some realism there somewhere.
I sent. Now clearly they're friends in real life, so obviously JC just went for it. I'm sure there's no ill will there. And when wrestlers are friends, it makes for the best story, because you can get away with a lot more. Like, remember when Sonya slapped Carmella?
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was they're good friends in real life, and it was
Yeah.
like. It was like, oh my God. And then it was so funny. I saw on Twitter the next day they were talking about wrestlers' ages, and it said like Carmella was like 40. And she goes, wow, I got slapped so hard it added 8 years to my life. And then, yeah, because you could hear it, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
Sandy, like Mandy and Sonya, when Mandy slapped the living daylights out of Sonya.
Yeah. Yeah. Works, doesn't it? So,
But yeah, good episode of NXT, good post show for Vengeance Day. I believe the next PLE is Stand and Deliver in Cali.
there is I will bring up, is it next week, Valentine's? Next week's Valentine's, isn't it? Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Yes.
I
Are
think
they
next
doing a special show?
Yeah, I think it's meant to be a special branded one, I think, for Valentine's, if I remember rightly. There was talks of it. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but I think there is some talks that are still going on. So next week may be a Valentine's themed show. It might be. I'm not
I still think they should have done Vengeance Day this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
But you don't want to mess with the Super Bowl weekend. I get it. You might as well just go on the weekend when there's nothing else. I get it. I get it. But still. Yeah, good episode. Waller's back next week. My boy. Braun Breaker returns. Returns. We have Roxanne and Miko versus Katana and Kaden.
Yep.
I believe that's all the matches advertised.
That's all I've seen. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything else advertised for next week. So no, yeah, yeah. So yeah, sounds like a pretty good episode of NXT then. Yesterday it was, yeah. Yeah, well, that's obviously all that done. There's a few things I wanted to bring up anyway. So I did say that I would bring them up for some other people. So you've obviously probably not been on much today, have you, on social media because you've been working? So
yeah. Well, it depends what time the news came out.
It's been out. It's been throughout the day. First of all, then I do need to bring this up because we do quite a lot of content in regards to this. So, Impact today announced a show with New Japan coming up.
Oh, I did not see this.
Yeah, this was announced today earlier on. So the show is set to air on Thursday, Los Angeles.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your thing went out, or maybe it was on my end. But
okay, yeah.
Am I still moving good?
Or... Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, okay. So
Thursday what?
Thursday, March the 30th in Los Angeles is going to be. It's actually airing live from there. It's called the Multiverse United. Only the Strong Will Survive. That's the name of the show. Now they're doing a lot of cross promotion dream matches. You've got matches such as Speedball Mike Bailey versus Will Ospreay. That's meant to be a.
I've heard the first name. Yeah, I believe that's. Does it say anything? Is that for WrestleCon?
No, I think this is just literally it's a Thursday event. It's one of their pay-per-views. It's an actual pay-per-view streaming on Fight TV.
Does it say what? Does it say what arena it's in?
No, the Globe Theatre.
Oh no,
yeah, the Globe Theatre in LA.
Because they have Will Ospreay there for WrestleCon.
So it could be that, then he could be there as well. But yeah,
maybe it's a different show. I don't know.
Might be, yeah. But yes, well, this is obviously live on the Thursday there. So yeah, and you've then got and then also as well, you've got the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander going up against Kushida from New Japan. So you've got that one. That's going to be pretty good, I reckon, as well. Yeah, so that's some of the matches there that you've got. Also announced as well is Jeff Cobb from New Japan will face the Impact World Champion Moose. So you got that one coming in. Who else have we got announced? And then representatives for you've also got all the knockouts as well, and some of the women from Stardom / New Japan will also be at this event. And also New Japan will be sending people such as Kenta, Rocky Romero, Minoru Suzuki, Clark Connors, Fred Rosser, and many others basically to represent at the show. So that's one of the ones there.
Good. What was the location of this show again?
The Globe Theatre.
It's interesting. Okay. What time does it say?
8 p.m.
Interesting. Okay. So
8 p.m. PST. Yeah.
it's not listed on the WrestleCon site, but Thursday, March 30th at 4 p.m. there's a show at the Globe Theater. So
I
okay.
don't know. Yeah, yeah, because it says
It's not that. It's not that.
No.
But then you have TJPW at noon the next day. So is that Tokyo Joe? Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I guess I thought that was the WrestleCon show. My fault.
Yeah, no, yeah, yes, yes. Well, this one here, all it says is yes. It's going to be live Thursday night, March 30th at the Globe Theatre in Los Angeles, and it's New Japan and Impact Stars. That broke earlier on today, so that came down. I kind of heard some murmurings of it because, of course, I done the Taya interview yesterday, and there was a few talks of it then, but I couldn't say anything. I was sworn to secrecy and told not to say anything because they did sort of tell me beforehand.
He didn't even say anything to me, so that's how you know it's.
No, yeah. So I was sworn to secrecy by them. So yes, that's what it was. I'm talking about that. Yeah, the Taya interview that went pretty well. We had that. And what have you just seen? Because it seems like you've seen something.
Don't worry about that.
All right, okay.
Somebody got added to WrestleCon who I want to meet. So.
All right, okay, yeah. So yeah, so that's so that was pretty good in yesterday. One of the other things that we need to bring up then is SummerSlam as well. That's come down.
Yeah.
That's going to be held in Ford Field in Detroit on the 5th of August. First time they've been at Ford Field since WrestleMania 23, which was 2007.
I told my dad, I was like, this is the first time they've been here since 2007. He's like, there's no way. I'm like, at Ford Field? Yes.
Yeah, Ford Field, yeah. Ford Field, yeah. It's not the biggest of stadiums, but I think it's about 70K, I think they said they can fit into there.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, yeah, it's also the most importantly, it's a dome.
Yeah.
So like if it pours, no worries.
Yeah. So what it should do is bloody August, isn't it? To start.
I mean, rain. Rain is year round, you know. Yeah. Not snow. I'm not talking about snow.
No. Yeah. So yeah. So if so that's that's a few bits of interesting point. Yeah, I didn't know too much about that Impact thing, but yeah, I was told sort of something yesterday, and I was told not to say anything. So, and I just completely forgot to mention it to people. But yeah, no, so I haven't mentioned it as I said. Yeah, so that was that. Just a few things as well that I did want to bring up is
and I do want to mention something funny to you, but go ahead.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, just a few things that I wanted to bring up as well. Then is this is for anyone else listening to this show as well, because I know a few people are going to be listening because I've sent out a invite to listen this week. Any up and coming indie stars or anything like that, or any wrestlers, if you want to jump on here, just drop me a DM on Twitter. After
we will gladly have you.
After a shout out from the wonderful Bougie, he
gladly have you.
Yeah, and that way. So yeah, I've already had a few which I'm going to start arranging soon. But yeah, anyone else who listens to this, who has listened to this, thanks to Bougie, which I do want to say a massive thank you to him for that one, for doing that. Yeah, that's pretty good. We are going to try and get some other people back on again, like Larkin. We'll probably get back on again. Bougie will definitely get back on again. He's
he seems like he's easier to get on, but yeah, I'm working on Larkin.
So we've got that coming up. One of the other things as well I do want to say, because I know that she will be watching this show, is Renee. She's left us. A member of our team, Renee, Xero. She always watches this show every week, so I just want to say,
at least somebody does.
Yeah, So thank you for everything that she's done. She's leaving us due to personal reasons. So she's she's just a massive shout out to Renee as well for that one. So, and there is something as well which I'm gonna I can't mention yet, but it's something that I've been arranging with Renee before she's obviously leaving, but it's still going ahead. It will be posted soon when I'm allowed to post it, but it could boost up the popularity of Xero quite a lot, because a very, very famous WWE wrestler has given us a shout out on a video that they've done, basically, because of Renee on there.
And I know who it is.
Yeah. I think.
No, I
I
don't.
think,
I
no?
have no idea.
No?
This
Yeah.
is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah. So
See,
yeah.
like I said, we don't tell each other anything. So
Well, no, I haven't said anything because Renee's asked me not to, but obviously I can start
this is a
discussing
genuine reaction.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, yeah, but no, yeah. So she's done something as well. An interview. It's non-wrestling related, but it's with wrestlers and that what she's done, and she got to do a little shout out on this show, and it's two. Well, one of them is a really big name in WWE, and the other one is connected to them. When it drops, everyone will find out. In the episode with it in, well, on the show which is in, I've been told that I'm actually allowed to post it when it comes down. So I'll be posting that onto our YouTube and mentioning about it. And it's also going to lead to a Twitter follow as well, I've been told by said people after the episode has dropped. So but I'll let you know. I'll let you know off air. And that I'll let you know once it comes down because, like I said, I can't say too much because I'm still sort of sworn to secrecy a little bit. But I can say that, but I can't say anything more basically for the minute. So yeah, but obviously I'll let you know for it. So yeah, so that's some exciting stuff coming up soon. Yeah, anything that you want to bring up or mention?
So I did want to mention something funny to you. So I go to the WrestleCon website. Now, for those who don't know, WrestleCon is like this yearly thing they do Mania weekend meet and greets. Now Goldberg is there. I'm meeting Goldberg, so that's gonna be cool. When they announced them, I'm like, cool, man. I get to meet Undertaker and Goldberg in like the span of a month. That's cool. But the WrestleCon website, I'm looking at it right now. Guests are listed in alphabetical order. The first name, Young Bucks. Now listen. How? Come on. It goes Young Bucks, Goldberg, Adam Cole. I'm like, are we going backwards? Like, what are we doing? Like, it says alphabetical order and it says Young Bucks first, and I'm like, but then it's in alphabetical order. It seems like, but I'm like, huh? Man, these people. Yeah, I just thought that was so funny. I tell people, I'm like, yeah, it's in alphabetical order. Young Bucks are first, and they're like, huh?
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's that's really random, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. But I get to meet Goldberg. I get to meet the Bucks, and I know what I'm going to say to the Bucks.
Yeah. What are you going to say to them?
I'm just going to be like, hey boys, F Punk on 3. 1, 2, 3. As we're taking the picture, I'm gonna see. I want to see if they smile or they just don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I wonder if anybody has like said anything like that. I'll be like, all right, picture time. F Punk on 3, boys.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll laugh or snicker or just be like, I hate this guy. It might be the last one. It might be the last one.
Yeah.
But hey, you know.
Yeah. But no. Yeah. No. Yeah. So, anything else you want to bring up? Bring up anything? Obviously, your normal thing. Yeah.
Yep. People, listen to me. Listen, my birthday is in what's today's date? February 8th. Okay.
Yeah.
My birthday is March 12th. I plead with you. I beg of you. I am at 164 subscribers. I would like 200 by my birthday. That's 36 more. Come on, people. That's my birthday goal. So help me out.
We can do that.
Yeah, 36 more, and then I do have some interviews coming up. I do have a planned interview. We just got to lock down a time. We have the date. We just got to lock down a time. I am interviewing from What's Wrong with Wrestling. His name is Eric Hamilton. Cool. For those of you that don't know, What's Wrong with Wrestling was my favorite wrestling podcast, quite frankly, and they're hilarious. I've sent Xero some of their stuff.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty good.
They're hilarious. He's willing to come on, and then I'm trying to lock down another interview. It might not be till the end of the year.
All right.
Actually, I'm trying to lock down 2 interviews actually with Larkin.
Yeah.
And Nikki Duke.
Fair enough.
And I'm also going to WrestleCon, and you people can hold me to it. It might not work, but I am asking Selena De La Rente, aka Alicia Atute's best friend, and go check out my Alicia Atute interview. That was
pretty good.
I'll tell a funny story after. I'm asking Selena De La Rente for an interview, and I'm asking Tony Storm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Now, will it happen? I don't know, but hey, you gotta shoot your shot.
Try it.
Worst they can do is say no, or
Yeah.
worst Tony Storm can do is say no, have me ejected from WrestleCon. You know, I mean, hey.
Probably, yeah. Well, it depends what you ask her, really, innit? Whether it is just
true. No, I met Tony last year. Me and Tony chatted it up. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so you know how StreamYard works when I come, because you're the host of the stream. When I come in, it alerts you. I can't see you right away until you bring me in.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the interview, and about like 2 minutes before I see the alert come in, that Alicia's there, and I'm like, I'm like, we're here. What are we doing? So I text my editor Ryan, and I'm like, Ryan, she's here, and he goes, okay, let her in. I'm like, good idea. It's a solid plan. And I'm like nervous, and apparently I didn't look nervous, but
no, you looked fine on it because I mean, like I said, I watched it.
I kept going for my chin. I know that.
Yeah.
I was like, but at least I didn't like do anything crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but hey,
the interview went fine. So
yeah, go check that out. It's only like 30 minutes. Alicia's really cool, and I really like, you know, she really didn't have to come on my channel, but she said she would a while ago. It made it happen, and all the respect to her. She's a great person.
Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, as per normal, this is time for Bobby to hold up his signs now, I think.
I did that already, but
but we'll do it again. So so like,
subscribe. Yeah, I remember 36 subscribers. 36. Yep. Come on, we can do it, folks. March 12th, and my birthday weekend, I'll probably. Can I post? This is gonna sound like a dumb question. Can I post pictures in the articles or?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna post the pictures of the people I meet my birthday weekend. And it's the Undertaker.
Yeah.
The Undertaker. Oh, I might cry when I lock eyes with him. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Another story for another time.
Ask him when he's coming back to wrestling. There you.
Yeah, I'll just be like, "Yo, big man, you trying to come on my channel or?"
Yeah, try and get Taker on. That'll do.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, it's so the thing with I mean, I wouldn't ask him anyway. That's just, I don't know, the big names. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
But like, I only get to chat him up for like 5 seconds. So yeah. So it's like I don't want to be like, hey, you trying to come on my channel? I'll be like, yo, man, you're a legend, you know. But make sure you do both, you know, and then make sure you also. I don't know if Xero knows this, but boom, we just reverse the sides.
Yep, you can reverse them. We've done it. So like, subscribe. That's obviously both the channels, this one and Bobby's. Yep, we get Bobby's 200. Yeah, I might think of a little incentive, which I might put out on Twitter. I don't know yet. I'll have a think about it. A little incentive if Bobby gets to 200, then we might.
Xero will pay you £250 if you are the 200th subscriber. Mark my words, £250 or dollars, depending on where you are in the world.
No, I won't.
Xero will pay you. He's got Venmo. He's got PayPal. We'll work it out. If he's got to send you cash, so be it. He'll pay for shipping, and we're gonna do it.
Where does shipping come into this if it's cash?
Well, you got to get the cash to them somehow.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, no. Also, when did I get Venmo? Because I don't have Venmo.
We'll make one for you.
All right, okay. So all this imaginary money and all this imaginary apps that I've apparently got.
He's lying. He said that to me off screen.
All right, okay. No, that's fine. Well, anyway, so that's this week's done. We've done a good, I think it's a solid hour and 20 minutes looking at this.
We're about to hit 120.
Yeah, well, we had a lot to cover, didn't we? So since obviously we didn't do last week, but we're back. We should be back now, pending any issues or anything like that. There shouldn't be any, I don't think.
I don't see me being out.
Next week, maybe it might either be on a Tuesday or Thursday next week. We're thinking.
Okay.
If you're going to be busy,
let me know in advance. I don't see why that. Well, wait. Okay.
Because you said you're out on Wednesday night.
No. I just said, can we start early?
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Like
Yeah, we
like
do
a
that.
little earlier. Nothing like we couldn't run an hour 20. I would
Right.
have to, yeah.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
if we could run an hour, like I'll get up like 15 minutes early. Yeah, we can go on Wednesday. That's no issue.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so no, this is next week's then, folks. We'll be back on. We'll be still on Wednesday
Yes,
again. That's fine.
yes,
Yeah,
just
that's fine.
I
Yeah.
mean, they don't know what time we record, so.
No, yeah, no, that's fine. So yes, we'll be doing that. So we'll see that. There should be any updates and stuff like. We will let people know. This will be posted. Also, as well, I am going to remind him now, but I'm also going to remind him as well in a minute. Is Bobby will be reviewing AEW tonight for our website.
Sorry,
Because
guys.
he hasn't done it for the past couple of weeks, but he will be doing that tonight.
I had a good run, and then. Yeah.
And then I believe next week he'll have 2 reviews to do because he should have AEW and Mass Singer at some point. Because Mass
Yes, Mass. Both will be late, but yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, well, yeah. So they'll be out on the Thursday, I think, at some point.
Yeah. Thursday night. Worst case. Absolute worst case. Friday morning.
Yeah. I do want to say as well is obviously don't forget to keep following our live tweeting account for all the WWE shows. That's now being fully done by Viper until further notice. Obviously, pending some changes and stuff that will be coming on soon. And yeah, you might be seeing a few changes coming to the team soon. As we
He fired me.
don't
He fired me.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, but I'm still making him work out his notice period of it's a 5-year notice period.
Yeah, I'm just not being paid.
It's a 5-year notice period he's on. So so that's what
I signed this deal when he signed the deal to pay £250 to my 200th subscriber.
Yeah. So it's like I said, he's got a 5-year non-compete clause, which I can call him in at any time. So that's longer than the AEW ones.
Oh God.
So we will be back next week. So yeah, that's us done then. So this is Xero signing off then.
And I'm Bobby.
Yes, and this is another Xero Uncut successfully completed. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.